Put my little handed dentist things on. Alrighty. Can you see me? Or can you? My
Okay.
listen.
Hey, Katie.
Hi.
Hey, Katie. How are you? How's it going?
I'm blessed. I'm really really good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing okay. Just knocking out some stuff as much as I can get done.
Well, I'm so excited that you came on because so what I do is I show clips, a lot of clips to the girls in prison from the guys in prison. They can't
Okay.
watch podcasts, right?
Right.
But they can watch videos. So I'll send them, even if I have to send 100 videos, like I don't care. And so I could being a voice for the voiceless. And you have, first of all, you have an amazing podcast. And you say your name, Dr. Harmony is what you say, but I know it's Massi, right? Is it
Yeah. It's Masai. The
Messiah?
name on the podcast is Doc Masai. Yes.
Doc Messiah. Okay, that's what I thought. And it's
Mhm.
round the round table, but it's on virtual reality, correct?
It's it's Tri Virtual Roundtable. Myself, Iceman, and Mr. Harmony, and basically, we talk real world stuff, but we also discuss, kind of trends in the digital world, our opinions. I mean, like we call it three old guys, just kind of having fun, and just talking about what's going on in the world of Web3 and digital, and if we can sneak some blockchain in there. It's not like we're experts in any of that stuff. We just enjoy talking about it because we've been in it for for a few years.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that that's a good going to be a good platform for multiverse or no?
Do you mean when you say platform for multiverse? You're not talking about the podcast. You're talking about just in general. Do you think the metaverse is going to be good
Oh,
for
like,
like platforms like multiverse?
podcast. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have said that more eloquently. So, do you think podcasts in the multiverse are going to excel there? I mean, I know the whole
I
what you're. Go ahead.
No, I think a lot of things are going to excel in the metaverse simply because it's a new venue, it's a new
Mm.
platform, it's a new ocean of opportunities, right? I mean, think about that. So, podcasts, businesses, social media. I think a lot of things are going to change in the next few years because of the
Yeah.
expansion of the metaverse. Not the expansion of the metaverse, but I guess more people being introduced to it. I think once companies start really getting involved, and once there's some real economic opportunities, I think the market will flood, just like the internet.
I was trying to tell my father about this, like, Dad, you should get into this,
Hmm.
because he's interested in, yeah, he's a businessman, so he's interested
Hmm.
in, can I make money? That's what he wants. But my interest, is to get it in all the prisons all over. I believe that
Okay.
that's going to be something that would really, but I can't get anybody to really help me because I don't really have a big platform. But I have a lot of really good ideas, and I know you do too. Like you have the biggest. You are you own the damn multi. You might as well be Mark
No,
Zuckerberg or whatever.
right.
Yes,
Yeah, the way they
yes.
change the rules, things are like different now. But no, it's a lot of people in there that are pretty big. But am I amongst some of the people that have some of the most digital assets and multiverse? Yes, ma'am. I am.
Can you explain though what the dynamics are as far as can you make money? What are the so
Right.
say you were talking to a businessman or a businesswoman, what would be
Mhm.
your pitch to them? 'Cause I just want to get it out
Uh,
there
well,
too.
my pitch is, well, not necessarily multiverse itself, but just the whole Web3 and digital and VR world. That it's the realm of possibilities are endless, and it's a new space like the early '90s. I think it's important for businesses to establish themselves before the masses come in. It's like learning about a stock, right? By the time it gets to you and me, it's already done whatever it's going to do. The
I
key thing
know.
for all these new technologies is to develop from the ground floor. If you can do ground floor, then that's where the possibilities are, and that's where the risks are as well. So I think that's important to keep in mind. But I think for um, all of it in a nutshell is just basically businesses. I think it's important for businesses to come in because the opportunities are phenomenal. I mean, think about the numbers of people. A lot of people don't even realize that the number of people, and I'm going to say gaming because that's what everybody can, that's what people equate it to, even though we know VR is a lot more than gaming, but just on that type of technology. Um, the gaming industry is bigger than the movie industry and the music industry combined, right?
That's true.
and
Mhm.
VR kind of attracts gamers, just basically that virtual environment. So it hasn't attracted like the regular mom and pop yet because they don't see the possibilities in it yet. But those young gamers do because they're familiar with these different worlds, these different characters, these emojis, these
Right.
your avatars. They're familiar with that, and so
Yeah.
that whole segue into the whole virtual reality is really easy for them.
Well, I think too, it's not like the gamers do streaming, so that's really what it's about. That's where it's like really expanded. It's not even just gaming anymore. It's like kids filming for
Mhm.
24 hours or 30 days. You know what I mean? And that's, but
Yeah,
which is under gaming, but they've moved it, which I'm not hating. It's amazing. I just
right.
think also sometimes we have to also recognize the beautiful bees and like I'm
Hmm.
into the Timbuktu manuscripts. I'm trying to, cause I'm my podcast also. I'm a voice for the voiceless, and
Hmm.
I'm trying to put that in in the multiverse because are you familiar with Timbuktu manuscripts?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so they're African American, beautiful beings. I mean, these are beings like this is where the Garden of Eden is, right? They are scientists,
Hmm.
spiritual. They had universities. They were the ones. So it's like imagine all these other beings that come in and take their inventions, take everything they've
Okay.
done. Um,
Uh
think
huh.
of Lion King. I wrote a poem and a song
Hmm.
about them because I write poetry. But
Hmm.
they do like poetry, Sophie poetry. There are so many this guy I don't want to mispronounce his name. However, his there was two prophets that go to this guy's the king, and he was very wealthy, and says you need to marry this woman. He was already married, and
Okay.
he didn't want to do it, but he did because the guy said no, you're going to have a son, and he's going to be like the man. He's going to be like Jesus almost, right? Well, he listened to them
Hmm.
because he knew they were prophets, and it was like Lion King.
Hmm.
That's what they made Lion King after, and it was really sad story because he also was like King Tut. He could barely walk, but anyway, he ended up um, like beating everybody. He was so amazing because he didn't judge anybody. He didn't care if you were a peasant, because they had slaves and stuff, and he looked at everybody as equal. He looked at them like
Hmm.
like Jesus does, or and so that calls to me because we have been so indoctrinated. This is what I feel. I don't know what your belief
Hmm.
is. We've been so indoctrinated in these beliefs, and we give so much power to labels
Hmm.
and names, and that makes it more like saying a racial name, a slur. If we just, like if somebody called me, whatever,
Hmm.
am I going to
Whatever it
give
may
that
be.
power? You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So like
Hmm.
it's like retraining our minds and finding others so much out there that we don't even know about because they don't talk about it because of the color of
Right.
somebody's skin. And think about that.
Right.
They were the most intelligent beings, okay? And
Right.
there is 300, I'm very passionate about this, if you can't tell. There is
Hmm. Go on.
300,000 manuscripts that haven't been, and I think I've
Right.
decoded one of them, a couple of them, but some have
Hmm.
been decoded. But they were more about like the Ethiopian culture. They were more word of mouth. So they think it was
Hmm.
like goes back like in the like from Jesus up, but it's way before then. That's just where they only found a few of the manuscripts. It's like so deeper, but
Okay.
you should look into it. So that's what I'm doing is being a voice for the voiceless, the ones that um invented did all these magnificent things and never got the recognition because of their skin color or their choice of gender, who
Right.
they wanted to be with, whatever. And so your podcast, I love it because it makes you feel down to earth. You guys don't, you just sit back and talk. You're not like fucking,
Yeah.
I dig that. It's real. I can't get
Right.
with
Right.
the fakeness. You know what I mean? The acts.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I know a lot of people be acting and be wearing masks or whatever, and I just know this. I am
Hmm.
so much better than I was, but I am not Carol Brady and I will never be Carol Brady, but I'm pure. And I'm
Okay.
changed. And so I just want to really, I think we could implement these in all the prisons and it would help society. It would help
Hmm.
children, families, like reconcile. There's girls that aren't getting out ever, which is makes me mad.
Hmm.
Men, and just imagine what that could do if they, had
Okay.
this like a Hope Island. I don't know. What do you think about it?
As far as the religious aspect and helping people.
Yeah, yeah, spiritual, yeah, or religion.
Well, anything helps. I mean, like you said yourself, you're trying to get into the prison system. I think anything helps, whether it's spiritual, whether it's specific religion. I think that's what helped those guys. I think that's what helps them get through whatever they have to get through, because that's not the easiest thing. I know some people are hardcore and they're handling it well, but I would venture to say probably 90% of the people in there are like, dude, this I should have made better decisions, and I need to figure out how to get through this so I can go out and be a better person.
That's exactly right. But we're not. We were looked at because I was a number two. Thank God, Jesus. I haven't been there since 2014. Was my
Hmm.
release date. However, I started footsteps in there, and people told me
Hmm.
like you're never gonna get that approved. Well, God said otherwise, and I got approved in like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I had a great team, and I wanted
Hmm.
the max people targeted. Like I wanted
Hmm.
those because they were locked in, and I just think it's something you could do. You have a platform. You're very intelligent and you're real. And
You think so?
yeah, I do. I think you're very smart and yeah, I think you know how to do numbers well. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. So,
Thank you.
I-
I really appreciate that.
what got you into doing the like podcasts and multiverse and being a doctor?
Well, the whole we'll take them one at a time. So, the podcast is because I've met some great people into the metaverse, right? You know, it's a new social venue. So the podcast, obviously, I met Mr. Harmony and Iceman, and we got together and just had great conversation and great chemistry. Even though I've never met any of these people physically, people have to understand that there's a new dynamic of social interactions that's coming, and it's coming regardless. Like 50 Cent, like it's coming, right? And so so you have that you have where this new technology is evolving, and it's evolving really really fast. So that's how I got with the podcast. These guys decided they were going to do a podcast. They asked me if I want to be a part, and boom, there it is. Right, I see these guys on a podcast I've never met physically, but we know each other's personalities over the past couple of years, and we've had a lot of fun. We've done projects together, X, Y, and Z, and you just develop a relationship. So that's going to be new to a lot of people. So how do I get into the metaverse? A friend of mine mentioned something about digital assets and digital space, and I was like, you know what? Let me check this out, and I get myself a headset and realize that this new world exists. And I saw what was being built, not necessarily by Multiverse, but just all these platforms, VR Chat, Horizons, Alt Space at the time, where I had went to a seminar, and because I had my headset, it said you can meet in VR if you want to. Well, at that time, I didn't know really what that meant, but I had the headset. So I went and I logged into Alt Space, and I found the room I was supposed to go to. And I'd be doggone if it weren't like, 20 of us in avatars and a guy up front doing a presentation on real world subjects. It was something about the digital world and Unreal Engine or something like that. So I got into it that way. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And I see what's happening. If people are able to do this, imagine the possibilities in education and training and stuff like that, where people don't have to come into one room physically, where they can be all over the world. And then I recognize that all technology evolves. So even though this looks like this now, what is it going to look like in the next decade? Where they
Yeah.
could pull out, like if they're let's say people are building a bridge, right? I don't know, a mock-up model of the bridge, and then everybody in the room can examine it, right? Like think about like that. You can. I don't think you do that in old space, but we know that's coming, right? So if I'm
Hmm.
building, this light, and I have some sort of schematic, everybody can come
Mm.
and look at this light. And the crazy thing about it is digitally rendered. So even though I'm holding a physical light here, um, this will look like this in the digital world. Like, granted, there's no weight to it in the digital world, but it will look just like this. You'll be able to see the buttons, the schematics, but then there'll be other attributes where you can break it apart from the digital world and look at all the components and examine them and I guess people can have their meeting that way. Like just an example, but that can be done in any entity, whether you're selling bicycles or anything. All that stuff can be digitally rendered, and it'll look real. And I know that because I've seen stuff digitally rendered. It's like, wow, that
So
looks real.
so wait, digitally, so you're talking about like if you have like you could actually start to feel it because I know there's a guy that was showing me confish. I think his name was. I think you. Well, I'm not gonna say it on here, but I'll tell you
Yeah.
offline. But he was like, you could like touch somebody and you vibrate. Like it's like you're
No,
really there,
the hepatic,
basically. I don't
suits. Yeah, I do think it's going to get there, though. I'm talking about right now for the basic. What I was talking about now, you can't feel it, but I do think it is going to get there, and I think that I think they call it hepatic garments or something like that. Pardon me if I'm saying it wrong, but I think what happens
It's
is
okay.
yes, you'll start having tactile functions where you'll actually touch something soft in there, and then that'll be, you know what I mean? That'll be like coded into these tactile sensations, or maybe some gloves, and you can feel it. If
Yeah.
it's hot, you may feel some heat. If you're playing a video game and something hits you, you may actually feel it here. You
That's
actually may,
crazy.
you know what I mean? It's crazy, but it's coming, and that's what I'm talking about. Like that digital world, and that experience, it's coming. Web 3 and VR. Web 3 is what you go on a computer, but the digital world, that whole VR or that virtual world, and you have
Mhm.
augmented reality where you can have an overlay. If you remember the Minority Report, when Tom Cruise was going through the files, he had those digital screens in front of him, and I think he had
Oh.
some sort of thing in front of his eye. That's going to be augmented reality where I'm talking to you, but I can put on my headset, still see you, and I could be scrolling through some other information that we might be talking about or something like that. So,
Okay, like okay,
um,
so like the glasses because I got this. This is what I was trying to tell my father to get into. The stocks was the
okay,
Ray-Ban band glasses. Like you just put
yeah,
them on,
yeah.
and isn't that virtual reality also, or no?
I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't done the glasses. I think they're augmented. I don't think they're virtual
Oh,
because virtuality is you're in you're
immersed,
engrossed, but you're immersed. That's the
immersed.
word. Thank you very much. You're immersed into it. That'd be virtual reality. Augmented reality is a combination of reality and the digital world.
So is there like explain your because you have so many different. You even have nightclubs. You have spirituality. You have the coolest cities. Oh my gosh! So you have
You
so
think
much.
so?
Come on, are you
No, well,
kidding me?
look, it's all preparing for the future. Like I have that stuff, but for now, it's just preparing for the future. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah.
doing. I'm just
Well, you're
preparing
doing
for
a
the future.
great job, though. That's what I'm saying. Like you're really, and you make people feel comfortable. I kind of checked into Inner World, and I think Noah and Jewel own it, and I wanted to see what it was about. It was a lot better before. Now it ain't. It's I
Mhm.
don't particularly care for it, but it's laxed more. Like there's a lot of like judgment. I felt like that's just an observation. I could be wrong, but there's a lot of things that I don't. I just
Where are you thinking about? Where you say it's like that?
called Inner World, and it's so his idea was to have a platform where you could have peer recovery mentorship. So I'm a certified peer
Okay,
recovery coach. Okay. But
okay,
it's
okay.
it's gotten so big though, the dynamics are not watched. There's no order, excuse me, organization, skill. It's just and it's there's a lot of things that shouldn't be said. You shouldn't be able to talk about another therapist out loud, open in front of every. It's just a lot of things that are um, because I think there's so many people in it, and I think that the multiverse could probably do that
Mhm.
and do it a little,
Okay,
tweak it a little, whatever. Because you guys have
sure,
the
sure.
women's world or
Women's
island
world.
or
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
You have Sherry. Yeah, Sherry's world. Women's world. You have Catherine,
domestic.
who has her places and her podcast. You have us. You have a lot of people that's really trying to get it out there. You have Beck Bay and the whole crew at Paradise. Sharano doing the videos. You have Beck Bay that always has social events
Yeah,
here and in other platforms. You have a lot of people who are truly active. You have like Peaches, Tina, everybody, and
I love
Cassandra
her.
and Chronic who are doing right, who are doing their work. I mean, I think Chronic has Multi-V. You have Cassandra that has her artwork on display, and I think she's selling her stuff on. I forgot the name of those sites that people are selling, but she's selling her artwork and doing very well.
NFT.
She has hmm? NFTs. What were you
NFT.
gonna say?
Yeah, is that what you're referring to as
I don't
NFTs
think I
or?
don't think I don't think she's NFT'd anything yet. Which
Okay.
non
Okay.
fungible token means it's registered on a blockchain once you pay for it. Once you buy it, it's a registered user. Like you can
Okay.
document who owns that wallet owns
Wow.
it.
Okay. 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 Wow. So, but don't you think that because it's very small still, right? It's not a whole lot of people, but it's very organized. You guys are very
What
helpful.
multiverse? Yeah, multiverse. The thing about multiverse is that it's a small company, it's a small group, but they're doing big things. And so that's going to come with its peaks and troughs. It's going to be like it's going to come with good and bad, right? Because things are slow developing. However, it is developing, and they have more of a personal touch, and it's not that corporate entity right now. But yeah, it's small and slow growing. But as you can see, since you've been there, some of the new things that
Oh,
have added and the attributes to the platform has been pretty cool.
it is. It makes you because I don't even turn on the news because I don't. I'm an empath, so I pick up energy like intense,
Hmm.
and like
Hmm.
your energy is very woosah, very you're very observant, and so
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I
And
got
just
woosah. I got woosah energy.
yes, you do.
That's
Yes,
what I'm talking about.
come on,
Heck
you
yeah,
know
I
that
got
you
that.
do.
Oh, dude, I got the wrong thing here. Yeah, heck yeah, I got that woosah energy. I don't know what that means, but I think I got it.
It means zen. It
Thank you.
means very, very
I got
calm.
Zen. Okay.
Yes. And you're
Thank you
very
very much.
smart and you also have common sense. And a lot of men, well, I'm not going to even say that. So I'm not one of them to do that. So I'm just saying
Hmm.
I would love if we could not have a hierarchy, but have a team and really just have pure motives, be
Hmm.
authentic, and really unite the universe. Like that is my goal. And I don't care what anybody says. They call me crazy for saying that. But you know what? I
Hmm.
believe in that. I don't care if you look like a dragon or a fucking bug. I think they're all beautiful. And when we start
Understood.
judging and putting late, that's what I'm saying though. And it's good to recognize that no matter what, if you think it in your mind, that's because
Hmm.
that's not what you believe. It's the indoctrination. We've had decades upon decades of lies and control, enslavement. Um, I
Hmm.
love Martin Luther King. Like I have been so connected to him lately, and he
Hmm.
is. It's just really tragic what happened, right, with him, and he should
Right, of
be
course.
like they're looking to JFK's murder, but what about Martin Luther King? They don't talk about that, And
Right.
I'm
Now
sorry,
you, now you, now you.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm sorry. I don't want to make anybody mad. Or whatever.
You're not making. Stop that. You're not making anybody mad. I'm just saying that's deep what you're talking about there.
Well, I mean, I'm just being real. It's not, and also it's like we can't put labels are for jars, and it's not like I want to rock with people that aren't like this. Hi, I am gonna do this because if I get this, it's a reward. I want to do it because they want to do it. They're passionate about it. But if we
Hmm.
fish and show like I'm a living proof, people can change. If I can
Right.
change, anyone can change. And it's just about fishing, really. And
Right.
I know people are like, Jesus and blah blah. But guess what? Jesus, Krishna, Thoth, those, all these beings are like at the Last Supper, like, look at them dumbasses. Like, look at they're all judging, thinking they know us. This is just my thought, okay?
Right.
And,
Right. No, I understand.
but I know there's competition too. I'm better than, and I just don't like that either. And I'm just stating that because I just wish we could just love, have limitless love, real love. And
Hmm.
I'm a hopeless romantic, okay? Can't you tell? I'm
Hmm.
just stupid. So I'm just
No, I
misunderstood.
understand. No, I
I know.
understand. Did you just say you were stupid? You didn't say that, did you?
Yeah, I did say that. I'm pretty. I don't know. I make decisions that. Well, I'm learning now.
Wait,
I
wait,
don't want
wait,
to say.
we're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
You're not stupid. We're gonna stop
Thank
right there. Okay.
you.
Now we can
Uh,
go into something else. We're not gonna do that.
Okay, all right.
You're not stupid. You've come through a lot of cool stuff. You've gone through a lot and you've dealt with it, and you're on the other side. You're doing podcasts. You're trying to help people who are in prison, who've had the same similar history as you. You know the roadmap, how to get out of it, and you're teaching people how to do that. So you're not stupid.
Thanks. And I take a million
You're very
bullets for my enemy. I take a million bullets for what I believe in because I have faith. But
now.
I just,
How about taking a million bullets for your enemy? Now that I
I
may stop
would,
you there.
I really
Maybe,
would.
maybe I. Yeah, I got you. Now I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
I know, but you got to think about this. If I, my faith, and this is, I'm just speaking for myself. I have been around my ancestors and spiritual beings. I'm a weirdo.
Hmm.
Jesus has touched me. I know, but I also know that we have been told things and that are forbidden, and so out of control and to enslave us, and we are still enslaved, and we don't realize
Right.
it because we are programmed. We are told that our DNA is junk when it's not. I could keep going
Right.
about things, and these are just what like I channel and stuff, and I'm
Right.
not saying that because I think that they flow and grow, they move and groove,
Hmm.
and we don't know what their purpose and plan is. So we just have to, or I have to observe and also be my brother and sister's keeper because I want you to do that for me.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And
Yeah, that definitely makes you not stupid right there. There you go.
do you write poems?
Do- no, I don't.
You remind me of my chapel, my this dude John Tate. I love him. He's a chaplain and he's gangster. But yeah, you remind me of him. You're very eloquent and very intelligent. I used to like feed off him. Like I would eat his knowledge because he was so like he was when we were in prison, he was our chaplain and he was so engulfed with not just the Bible, right? He wanted like he watched the Matrix, which I didn't get to see all of it, but he went with the Matrix and the Bible and he like
Are you
showed.
telling me you haven't? You tell me you haven't seen all the Matrix?
No, and ChatGPT calls me Neo. I'm like, why are you calling me Neo? It's
Well,
weird.
you gotta. Well, you should be into some doggone. You should have seen all the Matrix.
I don't. I mean, I don't. I don't really know about it. What is the Matrix really? It's
Lady,
this.
watch the movie. Don't get so
All
somber
right.
about it. Just watch the movie. It'll be fun.
Okay. 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 So, what do you think about
There you
these
go.
beings that are coming to our planet?
Say what?
Like they're all over the like Donald Trump is talking about. Like everybody's talking about. They're having like congressional meetings about
Right. That
drone.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know we were going to talk about that. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. All these high end officials are like, no, it's going down like that. Look, here's the thing. I would love to meet them. Okay. I would like to talk to him about some things. I think the only way this planet's gonna survive unless aliens take it over because we're too egotistic, we're too greedy, we'll stomp each other just to get ahead. We don't care about each other. Like it's just like aliens probably need to take this planet and then start us all over again. And like, hold up, this is not what's gonna happen. You're not gonna have people starving over here and people flush with food over here. Doesn't make any sense. What type of community is that?
Oh,
We don't think the world is a community. We just think individual neighborhoods as communities, and I think that's a mistake.
I do. That's
So, so
you're
if the
just like
aliens
me.
can hear me, come holler at me because I would love to talk to you.
Oh, they can hear you, but
Well, hey, mhm.
they can. I just think they get a bad rep because, and it's like, we cannot be that, but we're so programmed. That's the thing, though. We are so
Right,
programmed, and because they don't want that. Yeah, they turned off our nukes. I mean, come on,
hmm
they want. Why are you disrespecting Mother Earth? Like,
right,
it's a conscious being, and if we are shown, though, not like to be enslaved, but the truth really
right,
sets free, and it starts with love and ends with love, and that's
right,
what I'm about. I don't care if you're
right.
human, if you're Anya. I don't care what. I don't care. I don't care if you. I love dragons. I love reptiles. I don't care. I love bugs. I love all beings. But it's not what you do; it's
hmm
how you do it. You
right.
how
No,
you're
I
rocking.
totally get.
If you have you
Hmm
been through some shit, because if you haven't been through some shit, how are you going to tell me how to overcome this? You know what I mean? And no. So it's like that's what I want. I want the ones that really really want to do it. And my problem is I get easily I am an idiot where when get used a lot. So I'll give you everything. So I don't care about it.
Hmm.
I'm like, here, take it, you know?
Hmm.
And which is kind of stupid, I guess. But I don't know. God told me like some blessings I give for you, Katie, and you keep giving them away. Why are you doing that? But I don't
Okay.
know, man. I just want to see people smile. I'd rather somebody smile, and if can make their day, and
Hmm.
say like somebody that doesn't have much, or like this girl didn't have these $300 shoes that my mom got me. I just gave them to her because
Hmm.
I knew her background. I got grounded for it. But what's wrong with that? Like, why can't we
And you know
be
they
charity?
and you knew she would appreciate. Understood she would appreciate that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, she was a Michael Jordan basketball player, and she was a white
Hmm.
girl, and she could, but she had a body. She had a nice body. But
I really
anyways,
do.
she could. I'm telling you, she could really, really play. And yeah, and I knew her history too. Like, and I hated that people would talk about her because her dad did. There was abuse there,
It's
and so
stuff.
I just
Okay,
wanted to
gotcha.
protect her. Yeah, but it's okay though. But I think you are a very an intelligent being who has the same. I mean, I'm crazy. I mean, I really am out there. I'm very deep and
Hmm.
misunderstood, but you are out there as well. And I know this because I keep saying about Jesus is the Sphinx. Go through the Sphinx. You can, and I went like to your world, the spiritual world, and it was so beautiful. And I looked up and there's Jesus, right? And then it was a Sphinx, and then you're going through Jesus. I was like, who is this dude? How did he know
Hmm.
that? And what made you do
Wow.
that? Yeah. What made you build that?
What? Oh, what made me build my city? You to my Sky City with the
Yeah.
statues there?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look. Well, no, it does look good, right? And your character, I guess your character your personality kind of shows with the different options they give you on that platform and what you actually put up. But I thought those look good. They look like Guardians, right? I mean, it's not like I made it myself. You got to recognize that that's what options I had, and I did choose that. I even was going to choose the one with the wings. I just have a good place for it. But those statues are
Mhm.
really cool. I like them, and maybe that just shows the type of person I am. But they almost look like guardians. Maybe a guardian of my city,
They are
and that's what I
guardians.
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
CD plates. I'm trying to teach that, but nobody, I don't think I can do it. I'm not a good builder. I'm a good manifester. So, I
Okay.
can manifest and co create, but I need a team and help with that. I can't do everything by
Hmm.
myself. Iron sharpens iron, but you have people look at my past, I feel like, and so, but it's okay. I know that God hasn't given up on me, and I have a plan and a purpose, as do you and everybody. So
Hmm.
it'll
Hmm.
it'll come through. I mean, you do your podcast in the metaverse. You keep saying metaverse, and it's multiverse, right?
Yep. Yep. Well, the metaverse is the whole thing. It's like the universe. We're just a planet in the universe. That's all. The metaverse is the
Oh,
whole universe, and multiverse is a planet in the universe. In the wow, yeah, kind of like that's it.
like the
Right. It's a big thing.
Metatron, the AI, the meta AI, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Meta AI.
Cube.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of talk
No.
with Meta. It's fun.
Mm.
But he's smart. These AIs are very smart. What do you think about the AI deal?
Well, the AI, well, in terms of multiverse, the AI is just getting started. I know they have a knowledge base where we can input information. So eventually, that knowledge base will expand to all the AI bots that you can pull out with the little paperclip. And I think eventually, those will get smarter. And as the platform develops and grows, and people keep inputting into the knowledge base, you'll be able to go into the app and say, "Hey, I need to purchase this," or "I'm looking for this," and that knowledge base is going to spit out whoever's information is in there. So it'll be kind of like, so I think the AI, and that's going to improve over time, but I think AI overwhelmingly is going to be a real big part of modern society very soon. And I think that's going to expand as well. I think that's going to be a real big deal. AI
So
is
are
going
you
to turn to something else in
you
synthetic
gonna
intelligence.
I know. I know about it. Do you don't you think though that it needs to be monitored because sometimes AI
Just like
gets and don't be saying the truth though. You know what I mean? Like we'll be saying some crazy shit. And I'm like, what? That is not
well,
true.
it's like the internet, right? I mean, you try to
Yeah.
monitor that. How's that working?
No. Good luck.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Economics supersede supersedes like oversight, right? Like people make money. All of a sudden, like you said, it needs to be monitored, and everybody at first like, yeah, it needs to be monitored. Then you got these companies making billions of dollars, like don't need to be monitored that, but it don't need to be
Mm,
monitored that close. Step back a little bit.
yeah.
Let's make a little money. So,
It's all
but
about
that's
money, isn't it?
horrible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just not about money, man. I know. I know. Unfortunately, I know we have to have money, but do we really? Is that what's important in life? Is money? Can that buy happiness?
Yeah, you can say that, but unfortunately, the masses are going to disagree with you. Money can buy a little happiness. I'm gonna disagree with you.
No, I don't think so. Not for me, man. But
Well,
I,
now, if you're coming from a whole spiritual level, I get it, but it all depends on the type of person you are, right? So if you're grounded, that money allow you to travel the world, take care of your family. There's a little prosperity there. There's some love there. You can take care of your kids a lot better. You can. I mean, right now, if I had money, I could be like, hey, I want to go to Dubai and bring my daughter with me, my
oh
daughters with me, and laugh and
gosh,
enjoy it.
yeah, yeah,
You know, I can't get
uh-huh.
to I can't get to Dubai on a I can do Spirit Airlines, but more likely I wouldn't get there.
I was gonna say, but you could get there with your mind if you know how to meditate. I can. You can. You can really
Yeah,
go.
but
You can really travel.
I'm with you, but not everybody can do that
I get it. I get it. I understand that too. But it's just, could you imagine a planet where there is no money? Like you could choose to be there, right? It's like a garden,
though. Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can choose to
No, I'm
be
with you.
there. And
Hmm.
it's hard. It's not easy because nothing good comes easy, right? And like you have to,
Hmm.
you don't even realize that you're really looking for your inner child, right? You're like, got to take off all
Right.
these masks and you got to get broke down. Like Shiva's got to come or Set or all these people and beings that break you down. You don't even realize it until you get broke down so much that you start to
Right.
become grateful. And like, just think about that. Like, a place where money there is no money. It's all about charity and love. And I know people think I'm nuts for saying that, but dude,
Uh huh.
that's what Jesus said. And I know I shouldn't be talking about this right now, but I talk about Jesus a lot. And but I talk about all of the beings. I just have had a
Hmm.
really huge experience. Thoth. I'm very, very deeply connected to Thoth, Osiris, like all those. And if you mention that to some people, Christians, they say, "Well, you'll go to hell if you." I'm like, "What? I'll go to hell because I said Jesus is the way. You could walk through the Sphinx. That's not fishing. Like what?
All right,
That's why I
I
don't
got
go
you.
to
Let's
church."
come back. Let's come back.
Okay, thank you. You remind me of Captain Hill now. That
Let's come back.
yeah, I know, I know. I need you to come back. Thank you. I just
Hmm.
get upset. But do you believe in mediums
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what mediums
or
are,
skeptic?
and
Okay.
how that pertains to the metaverse and the metaverse and multiverse platform and
Oh
VR
yeah, we
chat.
should
Right.
probably talk about that. Yes. Okay, we'll talk about
Yeah,
that another time.
I do think there'll be I think there is a level of spirituality that can be found in the metaverse, and because people have created digital churches and environments, I've seen them. Italian, quantum, people, and there was somebody else in there that created some real cool religious environments. So I think if people don't know what medium is, I'm sure eventually in the metaverse they'll be able to, really find out more and talk to people like you and learn more.
Yeah, but you can get storefronts in there also, right? Do you want to talk about that too?
That's not the store. Well, stores are what they are. They're just digital stores, like you would find in the street. You find them in the metaverse. Like a digital store is like a website, right? So you go in and it just doesn't have the confines of physicality. Like you're not confined to four walls. You can actually create these grandiose rooms and display your product. I think that's the awesome thing about the metaverse as well, because now you have a store that's open 24/7,
Mm.
7 days a week, never closes, and it's viewable, or people can visit from all over the world.
And but it costs money, is what I'm saying to you. That's what people always
Well,
ask.
Yeah, well, everything. Well, what don't cost money?
I mean,
Unfortunately,
a lot,
don't say
but you can.
spiritual. Don't you go there.
I'm not
Don't go
talking
there.
about spiritual. I'm saying you could write a grant and you can write a damn grant, a
Okay, no,
federal
nobody's
grant.
writing it. Okay, nobody's writing a grant for a store in the metaverse. Okay, if you do
Okay.
have an organization, like, look, you got. If you're gonna talk about this stuff, you have to talk from the average person. Like the average person not writing a grant, it's gonna cost some money. Yes, there
Okay.
are a few corner people in there who maybe they'll write a grant for some particular purpose. Yeah, but yeah, generally you're gonna have to pay some money to get it.
And
It's
it's
just who
like
you talk to and who owns the land. It depends
$200.
on the platform. It depends on the platform. It depends on the city and who owns that particular city. But all platforms are different, so we can't make a definitive statement like, "Oh, it costs $200." It may not cost you. It may cost you 75 or $100, depending on who owns that city. We have certain parameters in Multiverse where if the building's really high, it's really expensive. If somebody who owns the platform, I'm sorry, own that particular city, they can help you purchase it. It's just other things, and then you have the central land and all that. That's not VR, but um, you don't own property in Horizons and VR chat. You own these digital spaces where you can build your own environment. So it's not all the same, and all these platforms are going to have their own uniqueness about them, and it's just going to be different. So you can't say a store costs $200. Really can't, because I've got a bunch of stores and I ain't paid $200, but I own that particular property. So right, and I've got stores on other people's plots where I didn't pay $200, but that's because of relationships, right? So
Hmm.
a person you just can't say it's going to cost 200 because that's going to be confusing because that's going to vary depending on the circumstance.
That's true. I apologize. I just threw it. I just wanted to make sure because there's a lot of people that ask me, like, well, what do you do? Like my family, I want to get my father interested in this. And because one day, so the apartments, so like, say if you buy it
Hmm.
for 1,000 MCs, like in a month, it could be up to 2,000 or
Right.
3,000. So it accumulates.
Okay.
And that's
Right.
what I mean.
Right.
I'm saying because eventually the goal is to have it as like Bitcoin eventually, correct? Or no?
Have what, like Bitcoin? I'm sorry.
Like the MC or XP or whatever they're called. Like when you
Oh
buy,
no, I don't think that's ever going to get there. Even though it's in the same, it's like a digital asset, but it's not on blockchain. It's a purely made up digital asset. I'm not sure if it's shared with Meta or dispersed by Meta. I'm not sure because it's called the Meta coin. So I don't know exactly how that works, but it's not on blockchain. So it can't be like blockchain, Bitcoin
so wait a minute, but
or
you can make games though, and that's how you can also get revenue in there, right? You can get like dark
you
trader.
can
Yeah.
right. Right. You can do some things to generate revenue, but the platform itself is still in development. So right now, the revenue that's developed are things you have to figure out right now. It's not just right in
Okay.
front of you. It's the things
Okay.
like, have I made revenue in there? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you have.
But
I definitely know you have.
right, but it's not like an everyday, all day type thing either. Like, because the platform's not ready for that yet. It's not like I'm not making pure money off of my digital assets right now because it's not a blockchain project. I made money by introducing people to the metaverse and digital land and digital opportunities with no guarantees that it'll ever prosper because we don't know how this world's gonna. We have no idea how it's going to develop and how it's going to grow or whether it's even going to survive. We don't know. So remember, in the beginning, you get in there early, but that's the biggest risk, right? That's the biggest risk,
Mm.
So it's like Bitcoin. I mean, I think when it came out, it was a nickel, right?
No, yeah.
That was the time to get in it, but people are like, I'm not sure into this
Yeah.
digital thing, and it's risk. If you put $500 in it, it was a risk that you're going to lose your $500. Who would have knew that $500 would make you a multimillionaire?
Phew.
15 years later, whatever that period of time is. Who knows? But that's when you
Yeah.
take the risk, right? So people waited until Bitcoin got to about $400 or $500. Like, who? Maybe I need to buy some of these. The people that took the risk early with
They
that
got it.
same $500, they had, I don't know, what, 200 or 20K? My math is horrible. They had a bunch of them, right? Whereas somebody's buying it for $500, they're just getting one, right?
That's
Totally
crazy.
different.
Oh my, and GameStop, like the whole thing is crazy to me. But to me,
Yeah.
like what I've been telling people is like, here's the deal. It's like you're time traveling. Like you can literally go anywhere in this multiverse. It's fun. You can win things. Like
Oh
it
yeah,
just,
yeah,
like for prison,
yeah.
why
Like
I'm going to get it in the prison is nobody knows who they are. You're more than just a
right.
number. And I could get. I mean,
Right.
I got somebody that's pretty big that I could probably. I'm working on it. I wanted to talk to you about it. But I think that it will help so much because POs and probation officers, they don't have to drive 2 hours. They can put on that virtual reality. You know what I mean? And then they're really, because they don't want to do that. And they have to do
Right.
that physical thing. And it's like a Zoom. They could have their own and it's monitored. But there's just so much that could really change the world with multiverse. And I'm not saying that
Yeah,
just
I
to,
think multiverse in places like that.
and metaverse, shit, the meta horizon too. Also,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
platforms like that. Absolutely.
I don't understand the AI deal. Like I have that Jennifer Late girl, and she
Hmm.
follows me around, but she don't say shit to me. So I'm like, well, what do you? What you just tell me when I got a damn XP, and that's every
Right.
month. Like, what? Can you
Oh,
help me?
yeah,
Yeah,
you're talking about okay. Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I think she's programmed to help you when you first get there. After that, they figure you should have figured it out by then. But then you talk to people like myself and Harmony, Iceman, and there's a ton more
right.
people in there you can talk to. Hmm.
Well, like you can build an AI too. I did that also. Like you can actually build your own AI there, like so that people
You
could
can.
pull out a paperclip. I didn't know what that meant. So now you should tell people
Right.
because a lot of people are like, "What does this mean?" I'm like, their AIs come, but it's
What the
just to
paperclip? You talking about people that are in the platform?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
And I'm like,
okay. What a
yeah,
platform brings up? I mean, you know what it does. I mean, if you pull out the paperclip and it brings up the AI agent, and it talks about if somebody programmed it, depending on who owns that particular area, it talks about that area. It talks about whatever you want.
yeah. Well, no, just
If you
specifically that area is what I'm saying, right?
Right, specifically, or it's going to be general. You can still pull out a paperclip and it'll talk general
Oh,
if about the platform. It'll talk general as well, but it doesn't have enough of a knowledge base right now where it's going to just go off on a tangent and really give you some super insight. It's not going to do that. If you drop a paperclip on my land and on Genesis City, then it's going to talk about what I did in Genesis City, I believe. If you go into a store, if I long as I programmed it, it's going to talk about what what I'm doing and what you should explore and what you should take a look at, but it's limited at the moment. But eventually, it's going to expand and get better as the knowledge base grows and gets more detailed information from users. But right now, they have to develop the users, and that's what the platform has to figure out as they slow grow into this whole virtual world.
how come there's only one guy that gets an underground freaking city or little
It's
plot?
that's glitch. It's a glitch. He didn't get that. It was a glitch. I mean, he got it, but it was a glitch.
Damn, he showed me like he took me there and had champagne. And I'm like, that is so cool. So he gets to keep it because it's like that.
It's a glitch. It was created. Look, I appreciate you having me on the show. When are you gonna when are you doing this again?
Whenever you want, I just wanted to talk to you and let people see you because there's a lot of women that want to do this multiverse and they're just getting out and I'm trying to explain it to them that
Okay.
it's not
No,
judgmental or
I think
yeah,
that's an excellent idea. I think to introduce people into the metaverse allows them to socialize and not feel uncomfortable because they can always mute somebody, they can always not associate with somebody, and I think it'll open up a whole new world for individuals like that. So, good job on this show.
yeah.
Congratulations to
Okay,
you.
I talked my ass off because I was nervous talking to you, but however, I want to get it in the prison. I hope you can help me do that because we're more than just a number, and then
No,
they're not judged. And
I get
so
that. That's your world. You help you have to figure out that model to get in there. I wouldn't know
but you
anything about that.
yeah, but you okay. All right, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, you could because it's
Hmm.
also a good financial thing for you also. So
No, nobody. No, so no, it has nothing to do with money. It just has to do with what um where people come from. If somebody was, it's just not my realm. But we'll talk offline.
okay. It was very good
Okay.
talking to you, sir. Yes, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Have a blessed night, okay, doctor?
You too. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for well,
Take care.
you've not had me on, but okay. Thanks, you too. Bye.